Thank you so much for tuning in to Awakening with Katina Love. We are a conscious talk show to learn about self empowerment, the law of attraction, creating financial abundance, metaphysics, and natural health. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Awakening with Katina Love. Today we have a returning guest, Kevin Young, international intuitive coach and workshop leader. His website is personalsuccessprograms.com. Welcome back, Kevin. How are you?
Thanks so much, Katina. It's a pleasure to be back talking with you today. I'm doing
Uh,
great.
Absolutely. Has it been a year since you come on the show?
Could be.
Ye-
I don't know.
Time
It seems like
flies.
yesterday, right? Something
Right?
good's happening.
Yes, yes, yes. So we talked about being in the hot seat with Abraham before.
hmm
And what was the other show?
Probably law of attraction.
Manifesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, manifesting without action. That's what it was.
Ah, okay.
All law of
Okay.
attraction stuff, right?
That's out there. I live and breathe it.
I live and breathe it as well. I
Yeah.
love the topic of the law of attraction, the law of attraction. So, the theme for this month, since we're celebrating our 5th year anniversary on Awakening with Katina Love, the theme this month is raising the consciousness on the planet. So, that's your question. What are you doing to raise the consciousness on the planet?
Mm. Well, first, I want to acknowledge you for 5 years in business with a talk show, Katina. That's
Thank you.
that you beat the odds, not
Yeah,
only staying in business but uh, growing. And one of the things I've noticed about you as we've known each other is that you don't sit still.
yeah.
Right, you're always improving the show and stepping into new realms, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of this.
Yes, it's fascinating. Like I said, I love what I do, and it's needed on the planet. People need to know what they need to do, to change their lives and to become their best version. So,
Yes, and as you said, now more than ever.
yeah.
I think that was the big realization. And when you said how to raise the consciousness of humanity, I never really thought about myself necessarily in that role. It sounds big, but I've come
Mm-hmm.
to know, as you learn about law of attraction and the non-physical consciousness, it's helping us out all the time, that we actually did have those of us who have sort of awakened ahead of the curve, that
Mm-hmm.
who we really are, had a plan to do that.
Yeah.
And my belief is that we came to go through our own trials and tribulations, awaken, and then step into this power, this passion, this purpose, so that we could then be the example and maybe teach it and coach it like you are, and we are here. and
Yeah.
and so it's sort of inherent in who I am, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I had a vision way back in the days when I was in IT, that I would be in front of a group, mixed races, cultures, genders,
Mm-hmm.
sexuality, everything. And this was back in the time when I was in technology, and so I couldn't have talked in front of two people without having a panic attack.
I understand. I
Right?
was there too.
Yeah, I was going to say most of us have been, that upbringing, that whatever it was that got us to play small. But the vision was still there, and it kind of stuck with me all
Mm-hmm.
these years. And then I went through Dale Carnegie, which is the human relations course. I learned how to find my own confidence and talk in front of people, and I found coaching and law of attraction. And then Suzanne and I met about 11 years ago, was when we got married, and we
Mm-hmm.
started our company, Personal Success Programs, not really knowing where it was going to go, just knowing that there was a joy in being able to help people help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been an evolution in stepping in and learning more and more about the underlying mechanics of how we create the reality that we're living in. And so I would say the probably the first thing that I do, maybe inadvertently, to raise the consciousness of humanity is to raise my own consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you can relate to that,
Totally.
right?
Absolutely.
You can't teach what you don't know.
That is so true.
And
You
I
have to
think a lot of
become
people,
it.
yeah, yeah, you have to become it, really, to be
Yeah.
authentic about it. And I've been on both sides, right? A lot of my early life, I felt I had to be the one who had the knowledge, and I'd learn it to teach it, but I wouldn't do it. And it just kind of messed me up.
But you
And really
learn from
doesn't,
it.
Yeah, and you're not a very good teacher either when you're not coming from a place of having been in the trenches.
Mhm.
So those years of last 11 years learning about all this has just been then working on myself is probably the most important thing. And when I left the IT, which was IT world, I was in technology for many years, and I was overlapping that with the coaching and the training that Suzanne and I were doing. But I finally dropped my last client about 3.5 years ago,
Mhm.
and uh, and that was talk about jumping out without a parachute.
Wow.
I really had to raise my consciousness, and it's still a big work in progress right now. But I was not afraid to spend the money and the time on the coaches who showed up, and I had
Yeah.
some marvelous people, and that really helped me to uh, peel off some of the layers of fear and
Mhm.
the unworthiness and so forth, and also then learn more of the mechanics, underlying mechanics of what it was I was doing to stop myself, and then how to open that up. So
Yes.
you understand, I'm sure, what I'm talking about.
Abs- Absolutely.
Yeah, we're on the
Absolutely.
same kind of path.
Mhm.
So then, what's that's evolved to are first learning to do workshops, just teaching the basics of the law of attraction and how your thoughts create the reality, how to tune into the emotions, which are the guidance, as you know, the GPS system, and then
Absolutely.
and that expanded into coaching. And so I did one-on-one coaching for a number of years. I got certified through the International Coach Federation, got my professional coaching certificate for
Mhm.
whatever that little label means. Not much, it turns out, except to me. Nobody's
Yeah.
ever asked.
It's all mostly experience.
That's yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is, and particularly in the last 3 years, the biggest awareness that I had around the raising the consciousness and raising my own was really identifying who it was I was here to help.
Mhm.
And in the old days, when I was first starting out, I thought, well, it's just anybody who shows up on my doorstep. And that's true. It was true at the time. But what I discovered was that I really had to become uh, focused on who it was that I lit up around the most. And
Yes.
a lot of people are as counterintuitive because you think, well, the more people I reach, the more money I make, the more people I help. But you dilute your frequency, you dilute your focus
I
if
get
you're not
that.
right, right. And I'm sure you went through the same process of refining and focusing in on who you
Yes.
really could help, right?
Yes.
So my awareness started to build this 3.5 years ago when I started working with several people who were professional channels. Not only for getting sessions with them, which is I gotta say, it's like sitting in front of Abraham. Only your own private, hour every week
Mhm.
is mind blowingly good. But a number of, in fact, most of these people I call light workers are actually come from very traumatic childhoods.
Mhm.
It just turns out that, and that's who I ended up coaching, and I didn't realize it, but they were just showing up as empaths and intuitives. A lot of fear, been beat down in life, verbally, physically, but that's what helped them to build their gifts. That's what helped them to turn inward and find that connection to higher consciousness.
Yes.
So it's a beautiful thing,
It is.
right? But then they're carrying around the traumas, and so they're not able to step into business, not able to channel in front of people.
I get
So,
that.
right, kind of defeats the point, right? You got this beautiful gift and you keep it under an umbrella or keep it
Right,
under a
because of the
bun.
fear, right?
Yeah,
And the ridicule and what if and what are people going to think about me?
yeah, exactly. That's the number one thing that they tell me, and I
Yeah.
realized there was a pattern there. So, I've been I've been having the opportunity just every so often another channel would show up, and I'd coach them into being able to channel in front of a group. I know I've been in business for 28 years, from several different businesses, and so I could help them build all the aspects of a small business, the
Yeah.
technology and everything. And so I was doing this and not really realizing how much I loved it. And the relationships would kind of fall apart after a while, and I didn't know what was going wrong. And it wasn't until this year that I had the awareness I was not honoring, first of all, the market that I was supposed to be in. And then number two, I was partnering up instead of making my own business about it. In other words, saying, okay, this is what I'm going to offer products and services for this Lightworker community, including
Mm-hmm.
coaching and workshops, but I'm not going to give away, I'm not going to partner up with and then listen to other people's advice. Because when you partner with somebody, you've got to go, you got to honor what they want as well. And I was giving away that focus we were talking about earlier.
Right. I get it.
Right? It was a key shift. And so what happened actually just in beginning of September of this year, I got this massive clarity when another relationship kind of went south, a business partnership
Mm-hmm.
that I was in. I realized I've got to do this on my own. And so I started, and then I got the download right into my head in the middle of a meditation, Lightworker Exchange. And it
Wow.
became so clear, all the aspects of my personality, the coaching, business building, the workshops, building companies, technology, everything was flying together in this one idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so I registered lightworkerexchange.com and I started a meetup group, local meetup group, for the purposes of building the Lightworker community here. And we have 140 people already in the group.
That is awesome.
And they're all intuitives at some level,
Mm-hmm.
channels, mediums, psychics, card readers, Reiki, anybody
Mm-hmm.
who has the connection and is somewhat awakened, and it's for beginners to advanced. And we've had meetings and we get dozens of people showing up. We've done reader shares now where you can come and read each other and see what kind of gifts you have.
That's awesome.
And so that all of a sudden my purpose has shown up, like
Yeah.
my focus for truly being able to reach the millions of people that I want to reach. And I've had
That
that
is,
goal for years, but I didn't think I could ever reach it. Now I do.
that is beautiful. What a great awakening.
Yeah, so perfect for your theme, right? Awakening show.
That's awesome. So what is your favorite part in all this? Because you do so much. You do the workshops, you do your coaching and everything. So what do you find the most joy
Mm.
out of all of that?
Yeah, well, that's an easy one.
Hmm.
My joy is when somebody who's had their gift under an umbrella or in the closet
Yeah.
realizes that they're not alone, and that in fact their gift is a strength, not a detriment, like
Yes.
everybody's told them it is. Right?
Right.
They're not weird. They're not the demons, which some people have been called, ostracized by their own family. They're the normal ones. We are normal to be connected to higher consciousness.
Yes, we are. They're the ones that are not normal. The ones that are
Yes,
not.
they're
No
disconnected.
judgment there, but
No, they're disconnected. They're
yeah.
so much separate. And when we had another networking and support meeting last night. We hold them here in Novi and also in the Royal Oak area. We have 2 different locations now.
Hmm.
And we had, I don't know, 20 people, I think. And there were just, you could feel those awarenesses when people are in the same room. They say, oh, I'm not alone. And
Yeah.
several people actually do readings right on the spot. Somebody had messages from somebody to somebody. And it's like this stuff just spontaneously pops up, and you can just see the stress just melt away. And they
Hmm.
realize how powerful and important they are to the evolution of this planet.
Yes.
And I gotta tell you, when that happens, it's like I know why I'm here on the planet.
Hmm.
That's it. It's that feeling right there.
That's beautiful. That's the same for me.
I'm
As
not
far as my
surprised.
coaching, yeah, to help people realize that they're not alone, you're not crazy, you're not weird. You need to embrace who you are, embrace those gifts and talents. That's why you're here. Absolutely
Yes,
why you're here.
yes, and you have a big mission to
Yeah.
play on this planet. So the rest of the planet is starting to wake up, but they have
Yeah.
no idea what's happening to them. Right?
Right.
And so
Right.
they need people to be in their own space, in their own energy, and own this power, and then radiate it out so that they can either show by influence, by demonstration, or by directly doing sessions or whatever it is you do, to show that what's possible as an awakened
Absolutely.
person is.
That is amazing. So can you tell us again the name of your groups, your meetups,
Sure.
and who's it open to?
So we have 2 meetups. The one that we've had for 5 years now is Personal Success Club, and that's that we meet once a month. That's a very deep group, and it's a small group.
Mm-hmm.
We meet here in Novi, and that's all on the Meetup site. But the one that I started in September, that's growing and is going to turn into a full-blown business with web pages and Facebook and all that stuff, is called Lightworker Exchange, and it's spelled Light Worker, the letter X, and then change, like spare change. So
Awesome.
lightworkerxchange.com. And if you go to that domain, then right now that'll take you right to the Meetup page, and you can join. And there's the criteria is it's a private group, so you can't see what's going on. So
Mm-hmm.
keep it safe for our members. But you fill out 3 questions that just lets us know what your interest is, what your gift or gifts are, and what you can bring to the group. And so I vet everybody who joins this group, and to be sure that they are actually, in fact, going to be beneficial to the group, and the group can be beneficial to them.
That's awesome. And this particular group meets when and where?
The group meets once a month for networking and support in Novi, once a month in Royal Oak for networking and support, because we're about a half hour apart. And then we're now doing this reader share, where you pair up and do readings. That's a separate meeting type, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll be holding that both in Novi and Royal Oak moving forward. Once you join the group, the next month's worth of dates are up there, and it's there's no charge. It's a donation based, so whatever you can afford to donate will help us to pay for supplies.
Oh, beautiful. I love that.
So that's our community building wing, so to speak, of this.
Yeah.
Right, and the idea is to bring people together and help them exchange support, techniques, networking information. That's the purpose of the Lightworker Exchange group. And then moving beyond that, for those who are interested in actually exploring their intuition, like in the more beginner level, we have an Explore Your Intuition workshop, which we hold about once a month on Sundays. And the next one's coming up on January 27th. It's in the afternoon. And this is all on our website, personalsuccessprograms.com. And I've now been inspired to create an 8-week program called Develop Your Intuition,
Oh, I
to
love
help.
it.
Yeah, it's been I've done a number of these kind of 8-week programs before, but this one's really got a lot of fire under it. I mean, I can feel it. People are starting to line up. I'm going to be in pre-launch starting February 12th, giving a discount to the first 8 people who want to join it. It'll be here in Novi, but for those people who might be interested, send me a personal note in the website, and if you're a fit for the group, then I'll bring you in. Otherwise, then it'll be a public program, probably the month after or so.
Beautiful. So again, that website is?
Personal Success Programs, plural.com.
Beautiful. Awesome. Anything else you want to share?
Well, I do still do a little bit of coaching. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
professional coach. I've only got a few clients because I'm really more into the personal, the group programs. But if you really need somebody to skyrocket your lightworker based business for a 3-month program, then give me a call. That would be.
Beautiful. So they can just reach you through the website.
Everything's through the website. I have a page on the website which talks about, what it is that I do.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for being a guest today, Kevin, on Awakening with Katina Love. And thank you for all that you do to help raise the consciousness on the planet and shift the paradigm.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and thank you for what you do, Katina. This is so amazing. And anything we can do to support you, please let us know.
I will. You'll be seeing me soon at some of those meetings coming up.
Yay! I can't wait.
I'm going to bring some people with me too.
Oh, please do. Love to see you again.
Yes, absolutely. Looking forward to it. So thanks again for being a guest.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for tuning in to Awakening with Katina Love. Namaste.